Hello and welcome back to my channel. Hi, this is Sandra, and if you're here it's because you're looking for a crochet friend. So grab your crochet and your favorite drink and let's crochet together. I have a special thing for you today because we are going to talk about this book. All right, let's get started. So, how are you all today? This is our weekly podcast where I tell you all kind of stories about my crochet life and what am I doing, now, yarns that I'm using, stitches that I come up with, or whatever is going in my crochet life. So today I want to tell you about this shawl I'm making. It's a new pattern that I'm designing now, and I thought I will go look for inspiration in a different place that I usually go, because usually I think of stitches and I think I have in my head a kind of a picture of what I want to do, and then I go to look for stitches and for colors and for combinations and all kind of things. And I use YouTube and Pinterest and Ravelry, and I talked about it, I think, in another video. I'll put it here where I get my inspiration. But today I want to show you a different place where I get inspiration. So lately I went to Amazon and I thought, okay, I need to get myself a book because I don't have any crochet books yet. I used to have, when I was little, my mom used to be subscribed to the Burda. Probably most of you know what it is. It was a kind of sewing and knitting and crocheting magazine, Burda. I think it still is, but I don't know. And we used to get that to the house. I don't know if it was weekly or monthly or every 3 months, I don't remember. But we had lots and lots and lots of them. And I love looking at magazines. I love that. I'm subscribed to many magazines. I am a very digital person, but I love the feel of the paper, of books. So I went to Amazon and I looked at crochet books and crochet stitches. Not like... there are a lot of designers that publish books of their patterns, like tops or amigurumi or different shawls and all that. Excuse me. I was looking for stitches because I like to make up stitch combinations, and I found this book, which is an oldie. I looked inside and I saw it was first published in 1985, so it's, I don't know, 39 years old, something like that. But it has, let me see, it has 500 different stitches, like the basic stitches, and then stitch combinations. Because when we are talking about stitches, we have to understand that we have only a few basic stitches and then we just come up with a combination. So we don't call it a stitch, we call it a stitch combination. This is what I think. Because the basic stitches in crochet are like chain, single crochet, half double, double, treble, and that's it. Then you have the combinations of like V-stitch, herringbone stitch, bubble stitch, puff stitch, whatever. These are combinations of the basic stitches. So in here she has the basic stitches. She teaches how to make the basic stitches, and then she has 500 combinations, which is amazing. And she has a photo, a written pattern, and also a chart. which I find very useful, even though I never used charts, but you can really understand from the chart if you don't understand the written pattern. So the chart is very, very useful. So I looked through all these combinations and I found two that I really, really liked, and I thought that they will go okay together, because you have to look for the multiplies so they go together. If it's a stitch combination that calls for like 4 plus 3, or if it's a stitch combination that calls for like 10 plus 6, so you have to try and find combinations that are the same multiplies, so your work will go smoothly and you will not have to adjust everything. So I took these two combinations, I slightly, changed them to make them mine, and I am working this shawl with these combinations. And I chose this yarn. Let me show you. This is a yarn called Drifter from King Cole. I think it's a British manufacturer, a British yarn brand, King Cole. I usually get my yarn from this yarn store based in the UK, because they have really good quality yarn and their prices are great. It's called Wool Warehouse, and it's located in the UK. So I got the yarn from there, and it has this beautiful, I think, beautiful color scheme of pinks, dark pink, more light pink, yellow. It's kind of sage yellow, not yellow, green, kind of sage green, and a kind of cream, if you can see. So I think it makes really nice combination. Now I got only 2 skeins of this yarn. I believe it was around 3 or 4 pounds a skein. I can't remember really. And so I have only 2 skeins. And for a shawl, you want the shawl to be wide so it covers you, and also long so you can fold it around you and feel kind of cozy. So I decided, because I only had 2 skeins and I was a little bit scared that it will not be enough for the length and for the width of the shawl, so I decided to use 6.5 hook size instead of the 5 that, this is a round weight yarn, so you would normally use a 5mm hook, but I made a gauge. I made a gauge, and I saw that using the 6.5mm will bring me to the size I need in the width, and also I believe will give me enough length, because it makes the fabric, loose and big, and it's a shawl. It's not a very, very wintry scarf. So I feel it's great. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. What do you think about these combinations and this shawl? So I have to decide how to do these 2 combinations together, and how to put them and arrange them, and what to do between them, so it looks, first of all, it's more unique for me, because I don't want to copy anybody's work. So I had to look how to put them together and what to add to them to make them more like mine. because it's mine. It's not, I'm just, you know, taking the idea of the stitch combination, but you can take this idea and make a sweater, make a blanket, make a shawl, make whatever, a window cover, make maybe a pillow, I don't know. So you have to arrange everything to make it your own unique thing. So this one, you see this one with these kind of chains, holes. So there, I think it really looks nice. It gives a kind of flair, like I think, you know, like a kind of palace. Am I right? Does it look like a palace? This is what I feel like. So yeah, this is what I wanted to talk to you about today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next week with another episode of our podcast, Crochet Podcast, what I'm doing around